Hey guys, what's up? So I was listening to the radio the other night, and they were talking about this question, and I really found it interesting. And I don't teach social studies anymore, and while I love teaching science, I really do. I really miss that social studies and that history and like that current events aspect of my job that I used to get a chance to talk about. And so I had this question, and I haven't posted anything on YouTube a long time, and so I thought, well, maybe this could be a question for YouTube. Maybe I could figure out what you guys think, because I'm not that much older than you, but I'm getting older and older as these years go by. Believe it or not, I've been teaching now for like 8 years, which makes me feel old. But so maybe my thought isn't as young as I used to think it was, or my way of thinking. So anyway, what they were talking about on the radio was what Americans felt like were fundamental rights. And I was thinking, that's a great question. And I don't think I ever asked that question when I was a teacher. Like, what are fundamental rights as an American? Like, what do you view as a fundamental right? And I know what I would say. I would obviously go to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, our first 10 amendments, and like name off freedom of speech, freedom of expression, religion, search and seizures, freedom of I can't think now. Right to bear arms, like all these things, right, that we talk about, or that you will talk about, or that you should know in the Bill of Rights. And by the way, I forget what the thing is, but tons of Americans don't even know any of the rights in the Bill of Rights. Please don't be one of those Americans. But anyway, a lot of those came up in the survey that the radio was talking about. The people on the radio were talking about. Some really wild things came up, and I was wondering, maybe I agree, maybe I don't agree, but I don't know if you guys have ever thought of this. First off, the first thing that popped into my mind that did not come on the radio really, but I was thinking is who would you say gives us rights? I mean, first off, what is a right? Okay, and then who gives you the right? I mean, I don't know, and I don't know if there's an answer for that. At school, does the teacher give me the rights? Do the principals give me the rights? Does the government give me the right? Does, if you believe in a higher power, does that higher power give me the right? What gives me rights to do what I want to do, right? So I don't know what the answer is, okay? The other thing I was wondering from this survey is a lot of people who are asked, and again, these were I wish I could find this survey, I really wish, but the radio, I went to their website and I tried finding, and I can't find the exact survey they were citing, but I do remember a couple of them, and one of them was number 10, the 10th most important right is internet access. And I was really? Internet? Is internet a right? Do I live in this time of age where it is your right to have internet? Maybe I do agree. Okay. Other things that were interesting were healthcare. Now, healthcare, right? You hear about that all the time. Is healthcare a right? Do you deserve healthcare? Or are you lucky to get it through your employer and that kind of stuff, right? And it's just good to have, but you don't necessarily have to have it. A shelter or a house, is that a right? Water, right? I don't know, but the one thing, internet was a really big one that came up. Cable TV or TV, is that a right? I don't know, okay? But I don't know, the one that really stood out to me was the free Wi-Fi as being and it was really high up there, number 10, it's your right is to have free Wi-Fi. And so I kind of wanted to see what your guys' opinion is. Do you feel Wi-Fi is a right? I mean, I do know, I actually looked up this, and then in the UK, that's a huge thing currently in their news is 4G internet access for people. And I definitely think you can maybe make that argument, right? I mean, if you did not have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, social media is involved in everything nowadays, whether I like it or not. I mean, social media is there. I mean, I'm using YouTube, so I'm kind of a hypocrite. But is that something people definitely should have, right? Or are rights more things that you have to have, right? Or those needs? And are wants things that you want? Do you have a right to have those wants. So, for example, is internet a want or is internet access a need? Is the right to have a free college education, is that a right? Is that a need? Okay, is that a want? Like, I don't know. So leave comments down. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about rights, where they come from, who gives it to us, how do I protect them, with this political, these political times. And I really do miss social studies politically, because if you're following politics, right now I can make a connection that there's a caravan of thousands of immigrants coming from like Guatemala and like Central America. They just got in through Mexico, and they're all supposedly got 45 days to come to the U.S. Do they have the right to do that? And as Americans, should we allow that to happen? Like, what are these things called rights? I have no idea. So, drop some comments down maybe. If nothing else, think about it. Know about why you should be informed about rights. Think about government and how the two different parties feel about rights, because there are differences in how they view of them. And know that election day is coming up in about 18 days for the 2008 midterm elections. So it's pretty exciting. I like elections. So anyway, first Tuesday after the first Monday in November, right? So anyway, hope you guys are having a good weekend. Talk to you later.